Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. First team to 90 wins, Phillies. Another Acuña's in Major League Baseball. We're going in McCovey Cove. Throw up the fours. Let's go.
Gerrit Cole, Cutter. What's up with that?
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented to you by SeatGeek. You got a couple 2 weeks left to watch regular season baseball. Or maybe go see the main event. Postseason's coming. Thank you to SeatGeek. They're the geeks of seats. That means they know what they're doing. Green means good in the app. Red means bad. America driving system. The light system. And code Talkin10. Save 10% off at SeatGeek, whether you've used the code or not. Seems like something you'd ought to do. So go do that. Download the SeatGeek app. Talkin10. Trevor, happy September 16th to you. This will be a tense episode anytime we're about to see each other. It's kind of like it's like a couple in a long-distance relationship. Like that, you know. I don't know
if it's like that.
I think it's
I've
exactly
been in a long
like
distance
that.
relationship before.
It's exactly like that.
I'm not feeling those same feelings.
You're going to be off the plane. I'm going to see you tomorrow. There's going to be a couple drinks, an outfit or two. We're kind of we're whining and dining people a little bit. So, you know, you're going to bring up something about Jackson Chourio, and I'm going to hit you with Jackson Merrill, and then I can't tell you what's going to happen next.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a really long-winded way of saying you're excited to see me.
I'm excited to see you.
Thank you.
I'm H to
same, dude.
I'm H to see you. Yes.
Some little birdie told me you're getting a haircut soon, which is I'm praying that birdie's correct.
Please, birdie. Please, please, please.
Oh man, I had a weird dream last night. I don't know. There's another earthquake. I don't know what's going on, bro.
This is it.
It might be. I don't know. But yeah, my dream was very strange. So put me in a strange mood this morning. But you know what gets me out of that and gets me a little aged up is talking ball. Just a little yucking session with the boys. And I think that's what this episode's going to be about.
Nothing like yucking off your buddies. I'm excited to get into it. Man, there's a lot that doesn't matter. And I had a piece come over me this morning. And it's like, shout out to the Tigers, who have somehow made it matter. I think 20-10 in their last 30 to stay alive.
Shout out Brant Herder.
Brant Herder. I mean, the Mariners with a sliver of life when we thought they were super dead. And
these teams have life, dude. The Twins.
Yeah.
Have just like given them this life. The Twins, actually, it's nice of the Twins, I guess. Minnesota, nice.
I do think it's the Twins have the tiebreakers over the two teams that are going to matter the most in the coming days, the Tigers and the Mariners. But yeah, I mean, let's see and let's talk about it. But yeah, there's some teams. I'm sorry. What series did I see? My God, Cardinals, Blue Jays.
Oh, that was just that's a
guys.
nail in the coffin series.
Sorry, guys. Marlins, Nats.
Katie Wu will be covering the Royals now. Cardinals, sorry.
Damn. Rocks, Cubs. Rocks take 2 out of 3. Hunter Goodman with a big. We're gonna have time to cover all that. And I was laughing. Dalton, who puts our sheet together, he opened up the AL storylines with. David Bell in 2025 that the Reds are gonna consider everything. That's good. We won't dive into that. White Sox beat the A's to end skid of 20 straight series losses. Also not diving into that.
What about them cutting payroll in 2025? You don't want to get into that.
I mean, part of me actually does want to talk about that, but I don't think it's for today. I think today's a big boy show only. And speaking of being a big boy, Huel. That's right. The Fuel.
Oh, yeah, I got some Huel.
Yes, sir. If you're running late, no time for breakfast, you're hungry, you're on the go, meetings, practice, school pickups, whatever it is, but you want a delicious, nutritious meal ready in seconds, Here comes Huel, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand. Over 400 million meals sold worldwide. Okay.
Jeez.
Huel is trusted by millions of people looking to fuel their days with convenient, complete nutrition. What Trev likes about this, the Tasty Shakes, a.k.a. my old band name, but the Tasty Shakes and their low sugar, that's the secret. That's one of the secrets. And right now you get 15% off with code TALKIN at Huel, HUEL.com. That's 15% off when you use code TALKIN. Unlock a healthier way to eat with Huel. There's a link in the description. Complete meals in minutes so you could focus on what matters. What matters here is just talking ball. In the American League, the rivalry is back, Trev. The Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees. Sox fighting for their life. Yankees, I don't know, just insane fans that we kind of set the bar for. And the Yankees take 3 out of 4. 1-1 game into extras. Juan Soto, walk-off single to get it done in the 10th. Manfred runner scores. And the next day, Red Sox spot starter Dick Fitz. Okay. Sox are up 4-0. Yankees, the captain, Aaron Judge, grand slam, breaks the longest homerless streak of his career to give them the lead. And then,
He's only 16 games, relax.
Okay. Gerrit Cole has a no-hitter going. And then they intentionally walk Devers, and then he gives up 7 runs. Okay. So a game 4 that kind of means a lot both ways. The Yankees end up getting the job done. Judge homers again. Gleyber Torres, who's been great for them out of the leadoff spot. He hits another home run. Yankees, they take 3 out of 4, kind of ending the Red Sox season. The Mariners, they win 3 out of 4 to kind of stay alive in this season, and it might have been 4 out of 4 without a tough Luke Riley error in that first game. Hey, Texas, here's some fun. Kumar Rocker, he's on the bump. Sure, we like that. Jack Leiter piggybacking with Max Scherzer? Put that in an AI generator. Enough about them. They lost 3 out of 4 because the Mariners are back. Dan Wilson's Mariners. George Kirby is putting people down in order. Bryce Miller with a fine start. Logan Gilbert, not his best, but it ends a losing streak for him. How are they losing games with Logan Gilbert? Trev, Julio Rodriguez is hitting.
Yeah.
Victor Robles is the best player in the AL West. 25 swipes since he's been a Mariner. Been there for like 11 games. It's hyperbole, people. Mariners alive. The Rays and Guardians split 4. I don't know. Jose Caballero mixing it up. Absolutely. Cole Sulser with 3 clean. Nope. Zach Littell with a nice start. Logan Driscoll's in the big leagues. We're happy for him. The Guardians win the next 2 games behind Joey Cantillo. And Lane Thomas continues to get it done. There's Ben Lively. Kind of don't care. Sorry, guys. Tigers take 2 out of 3. I care. A 1-0 first game. Trev's Brant Herter with 5.2 clean bulk innings. Kind of like Huel. Zach Eflin with another great start as a Baltimore Oriole. But Kerry Carpenter's solo homer in the first was the only run scored in that game. Corbin Burns. Good fortitude by the Orioles to win that game. Gunnar Henderson, who broke up the no-hitter with 2 outs in the ninth the night before, he goes 2 for 3 with a homer in that second game. And then Riley Green with the 2-homer game. Cater Montero with 5 shut-piece. Trev's guy, he tried to tell you, people, just listen to the fucking show. Reds take 2 out of 3 from the Twins. Trev's going to tell you about it. I don't know. Rhett Lauder, he might not tell you about it. Reds scored double digits in the second game. TJ Friedl's in Fuego. Teaser. Brooks Lee, 5 RBIs. Great. Astros sweep the Angels because when you say Kikuchi's on the mound, they just refuse to lose. Kyle Tucker's back, and he homered in a pinch hit at bat. Maybe that's important. Oh, Jason Hayward 3-hit day with a home run behind Ronel Blanco's 6-shut piece. Great. Blue Jays, they sweep the Cardinals. Awesome. Alejandro Kirk walk-off. Barrio 7-1 earned run. Davis Schneider's back. Yep. White Sox take 2 out of 3 from the A's. Trev's going to tell you about Brady Basso's start after this. The Benny walk-off was kind of fun, and that's what happened in Benny Blanco's American League.
I like Benny Blanco.
That's kind of where my hair's at right now.
A little bit, like 100%.
And
he just wore like some funky clothes, and
I had the bad beard going too. I was very Benny Blanco, which is a bad thing.
Like you and Benny linking up. I don't know if that's too much energy for one room or just the right amount of energy. We'd have to see.
Have you seen the episode of Dave with Benny Blanco and Lil Dicky? That was Lil Dicky's show.
He's been in a lot of them.
Well, the first time he's kind of introduced.
Okay.
They're like naked and frolicking together, and I don't know if you've seen that scene.
That's a little you and me energy.
It's a lot of it. And I guess that's why I'm excited to see you, and I'm excited to see the standings, which you have up and ready to go.
Let me get off of Jeff Cirillo's baseball reference page.
He had a couple years.
He's a good player.
Had a couple years.
He's a local guy. All right, I got the standings though. I got them up. Okay, if you want to know what's going on in the AL, listen up, perk your ears up, maybe turn the volume up. I don't know. We're gonna start out east. The New York Yankees. Yep. I can't wait to pick your brain on that series. They're up 2 games on the Orioles, 86-63 for them, 84-65 for the O's. The Red Sox 1 game over 5, 75-74. Tampa Bay 73-76, and Toronto 71-78. They're eliminated, by the way. Tampa Bay has a 1-game elimination number, in Boston a 3-game elimination number. I'm assuming that is for the division. I think it is. In the Central, Cleveland 3 games up on the Royals, 85-64 for them. Royals 82-67. My Twins 78-70, and the Tigers 76-73. Scaring me a little bit there. 34-115 for the White Sox. They are eliminated from everything. Out west, 4.5 game lead for the Houston Astros. They're 80-68. The Mariners 76-73. 71-78 for the Rangers. You should have sold. I told you that. Although that was fun. It was fun to see the guys.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit. The A's 65-84, and the Angels, the only other team in the American League at 60-88. They're also eliminated from everything. In the wild card, Baltimore holding the top spot with the Kansas City Royals in that second spot, and the Minnesota Twins holding on for dear life there for the third spot. Seattle's 2.5 games back. Detroit's 2.5 games back. Even the Red Sox are within striking distance at 3.5 games back. I'm scared, Jake. I'm scared. Those are the standings in the American League.
Trev, thank you for the standings. I guess, in kind of a genuine manner, the Twins have the tiebreaker over the Tigers and the Mariners. So it's a 3-game lead. That I don't...
Yeah.
I guess there's fear, but you really have to. Those teams have.
They're about to go play
nuts.
the Guardians right now. The Twins are about to go play the Guardians, and they have not played well against the Guardians, and just hasn't been good. Do you want me to get in the Twins off the bat? That's what you want to do to me to start the show?
Yes and no, because at this point of the season, Guardians and Rays, I get Guardians. They're gonna win the Central. It's awesome. That series kind of brings nothing. The talking points for me, sure, I know you have some Yankees questions, but yeah, it's obviously Braves Mets in the NL has become a massive situation of sorts. But yeah, I think the AL conversation, especially with the Yankees pushing the gas a little bit and getting ahead of the Orioles, although they do have one series coming up, I think a week from today, and the Yankees are going on a West Coast trip, so Obviously, let's see what that looks like. But it's can someone actually full-blown scare the Twins? And you're kind of making it sound like, yeah.
No, they can. 100%. This is not over yet. The Twins they're banged up, bro. That's the bottom line is they're banged up. They're trying to revive the spark in any way possible. They brought back Correa, they brought back Buxton, but these guys are not 100%. And I'm like stoked that they came back and they understand the urgency. They're not going to play every single day.
Right.
And they're not at 100%. But I dig that they're in there trying to make this happen. For me, it's, the Twins pitching staff, Pablo's been great. Bailey Ober's been great. He's had some blow up starts. Beyond that, it's rookies. And the bullpen hasn't been as solid as we thought it would be. A lot of guys injured there as well. But it's just everything has been inconsistent. So, they just haven't played good baseball, Jake. And if you continue just to lose series, every single series, I don't know how many series are left. I think like 4 or 5 series left.
I think 4.
It could come. 4. It could come down to like a last day scenario where they have to win, or they might need some help. Like I would not say that this is over. I don't know what the percentages are. Let's see right now. I'll go to the Minnesota Twins baseball reference playoff percentages, which I don't understand how they calculate, but I'm going to read them to you guys.
We had a good comment on it. They tried to make it
73.9% to make the postseason.
That seems right.
I guess.
Fangraphs,
again, me and my
Fangraphs has them at
percentages.
84%, and I know you're not a percentage guy.
No.
That 74 seems to make sense to me because having both tiebreakers against the teams chasing them, being up where they are, that like as long as they don't, for lack of a better term, shit the bed, if they play 500, I don't know if I could say that because the Tigers are playing good ball and the Mariners are playing ball. So maybe my numbers are off here. Somebody told me. No, in our comments from last week, because I do feel bad for some of the math people, because baseball has like a very strong math community.
Yeah, we're not it.
That was like baseball's growth program before John Boy Media is like, let's get as many math kids as we can get. We brought back the jocks. They were like the playoff odds, because there's 6 teams, have to add up to 600%.
600, yeah, whatever. I took statistics my senior year, dude.
I thought that would help just a little more, and it doesn't seem.
Hey,
like
by the way, I'm sure I've said this on the show before. Me pat myself on the back. I was in AP Calc.
Oh my god, dude!
Dropped it after the first day.
No one cares.
Dropped it after the first day. Jake,
you
went
were
to
in
statistics.
How about this? I'm Chris Rose.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Baseball Today. I'm Chris Rose. My wife Michelle. Who has a better chance to catch the Minnesota Twins? The Seattle Mariners or the Detroit Tigers?
I mean, that's kind of a schedule watch thing for me. In my mind, I feel like the Mariners, but the Tigers have been playing so good that maybe it's them. Like, it's
AJ Hinch, Dan Wilson.
They both go about it so differently. Yeah. I don't know, man. I would say honestly, we know the recipe for the Mariners. Score 5 runs. Score freaking 5 runs, dude. And that's exactly what happened in their series. At a 4-game set, they won 3 games that they scored 5 runs or more in, and they lost the game they scored 4 runs in. That's the I mean, they faced the minimum, Jake. The pitching is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. That's the recipe for them. So they can go out and do it there. With the Tigers, I mean, their pitching's been great too. And they're piecing it together. We're going to talk about Herter and what he's done for them and his, piggybacks situations. The bulk guy. What do you even call him anymore? It used to be called piggyback. Now it's bulk.
I think it's bulk. I've seen both. On our sheet, I've seen the bulk guy Herter, and I saw Jack Leiter piggyback. So
I think piggyback is like after someone starts the game, but isn't an opener.
Opener and bulk. Piggyback is like 2 4-inning efforts.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a fuck? I'm cursing today.
You are.
I'm cursing today. This
If
hair,
I had to get,
the Benny
if I'd answer
Blanco
a
hair's got to
question,
go.
yeah, if I'd answer a question, and the Tigers fans aren't going to like this, but I think I'd say the Mariners, even though I've already cursed them dead.
Yeah, it's interesting. You could poke holes in both schedules. The Mariners have Yankees, Texas, and at Houston, but I think they've actually handled Houston well in decent years. Where the Tigers have KC, Baltimore, and Tampa, and they just handled Baltimore. So, I don't know. Let's get into it a little bit because I
What do
guess
you want to get into? But you want to go O's Detroit? You want to go Texas Seattle?
let's do O's Detroit quick. Like you've been hankering to talk about Brett Herter all morning, and we have. Kerry
All
Carpenter,
morning.
your guy, with the only home run in that game, and then Gunner.
Only run.
Gunner with the triple right before the combined no-no. It is tough that, and Tigers fans, this isn't an attack at you. Combined no-hitters. I mean,
Well, it was almost a combined perfect game.
has
That's the thing.
has anything lost more juice?
It's kind of hard to have a complete one person no hitter when you have an opener. So,
Right.
yeah, no, that was it. Jesus hits the homer in the bottom of the
Mm.
first. Nice swing by my guy Carp. And then Herter, yeah, he comes in. I think he was 5 2/3 bulk, if you will. They get through 7 perfect, which is awesome. He walks the guy, comes out of the game, and then yeah, Henderson. I believe it was a 2 outs in the ninth.
Yeah.
First pitch sweeper, lefty, but Gunner's the guy.
Yeah.
Nails it down the line. First baseman probably had a shot at it.
Oh.
You got to be. It would have been a hell of a play.
Right.
But in no hitters, there's always a hell of a play somewhere. Didn't end up happening, and whatever. They get out of it. They win that game. Second game, Gunner, 37 homers. I didn't know he had that many homers. Is he gonna get to 40? That would be awesome for him. I feel like he's kind of because of Bobby Witt Jr. and like him doing it at shortstop. Gunner's kind of like almost flown under the radar a little bit, but this guy is so freaking good, man. I like really I love watching Trey Turner play.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with Gunnar Henderson. I think and Bobby Witt obviously is the same way, but they're what I wish I could have been as a player.
Wow.
Like that's what I wanted to be was these guys, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It's a sign of respect.
When did you give up on shortstop?
When Terry Ryan called me and told me I'm going to be an outfielder in the off season. So I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened. I just wasn't. I made a lot of errors. I was a bad defensive shortstop, and I was for a long time a really good defensive shortstop, and I don't know what happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys can take that very differently, right? Like you could be getting kind of worked at shortstop for the first time in your life and be like, hey, we're going to try you at third, and that can almost be a relief. There's a lot of guys that their identity for, 22 years, 25 years are like, you're a shortstop, son, and then one day you're not.
It's pretty much everybody. I'll tell you what I think the first step to that was. My first full season, we went and played in Beloit, Wisconsin, low A, and this field was horrible.
Stinks.
We had 2 groundskeepers.
Nice.
Okay. And it was like a guy and his wife.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. And the field was horrible.
Mm.
And I made 30 freaking errors because I didn't know I couldn't like set up for a ground ball the way I, usually would. I didn't know what the heck was going to happen with it. It was also my first time playing in the snow, but I think I lost a lot of confidence that year after that. Whatever.
Glad we got
Why are we
that
talking
out of the
about
way.
me? What the fuck?
Here's a couple.
Game 3,
Sure.
Riley Green.
Yeah.
Boom. 2 homers, gets the job done. That's kind of like, look, they've been getting pitching. And that's kind of, Chris Rose and I talked about it. Like, do they regret trading Jack Flaherty and Mark Canha now that they're in Chafin, I guess, now that they're in it? And so we said, yeah, they probably do. But Tigers fans push back on us saying, no, man, like we got our shortstop out of that deal.
Yeah.
The pitching's been really good. I mean, my take is it probably would have been the same or better with Jack Flaherty, but you got a shortstop. So
Trev,
I mean, dude, it's awesome.
Riley Green, homers off lefties, 2 homers.
Yeah.
Which the batting average hasn't been there this year, but something to track, especially with a young player and making the next step, especially for Riley Green maybe next year if the Tigers can't finish this off. The only left-on-left guys with more homers than Riley Green. So again, if you look at Riley Green's stat page, you'd be like, okay, against lefties, it kind of hasn't looked like Riley Green against righties, which is fair, but it's Gunnar, Harper, Olsen, Jordan, Schwarber, Shohei, and Soto. Left on left, those are the only guys ahead of him. So I know that is it's a weakness in a way, but something like this can also be a building block for the rest of the season or for the rest of his career. Because I think Jock Peterson was the first example for me that they were like, Jock's not going to get better against lefties because the Dodgers have no reason to play him versus lefties. And I was like, damn, that kind of stinks. Jock's ended up being fine, but the evolution of Riley Green as a ball player. And no shots fired at Andrew Chafin, but he's been kind of down bad since the trade. And dude, it's a bunch of kids, man. It's a bunch of kids. Parker Meadows is starting to ball out for them. You look around the field, and it's Young and Keith and Sweeney, and it's just... I told you after I saw that hug, I think it was a week and a half ago after a homer, and it's like, pro ball players don't hug like that.
Just straight up good vibes.
That's Little League. Like, they're a bunch of kids, and that, in my head, that makes them a little more dangerous than Seattle. Because this Tigers team, I mean, they don't have a care in the world. I mean, these guys are happy to be eating show meals. Never mind be in the mix and ruining people's potential seasons. And you need good performances. And they have a top part of their lineup, Carpenter and Green, with other kids contributing. For the Orioles, I think, obviously this stinks, and the Orioles have a losing record in the second half. And what is that about? Corbin Burns has locked in his last 4 starts, so that's massive, especially things are starting to point to a potential wild card series for the Orioles. And Corbin Burns can be one of the difference makers.
Agreed. Yeah, they've had some guys struggling on that team. It'd be interesting to see if they can just flip the script when they get to the playoffs. And we mentioned Jackson Holiday struggling, but there's other guys on that team going through it as well.
Adley homers for the first time in a while in that.
Yeah,
last
he got
game.
going a little. He got going a little bit.
Yeah,
you'd like to think that. I don't know. You got to have some good baseball heading into the postseason. I'm very curious to see kind of what their lineup looks like what spots they're going to do. Are they going to keep Adley down in the lineup, which I think they probably should. Go Detroit, man! Awesome.
I mean, Trev, no shots fired, but if they catch your Twins, if the Mariners catch your Twins too. It'd be a great storyline for baseball.
So let's go to the Mariners-Texas series. I did declare them dead, but I forget why. There was a reason I did it. It wasn't me doing it. Something happened. I declared them, whatever. They're not dead because they're starting to hit the ball a little bit, which is good. But this was a fun series. A lot of it kind of had to do with who was pitching for the Rangers. We talked about Kumar Rocker, who, if you haven't seen this guy throw, it's
former Met.
He should be getting more hype, I think, than he got.
Interesting.
I think so. Out of Vanderbilt, this guy was the guy. He gets drafted by the Mets. That ends up falling through because the physical. I believe he ended up having Tommy John, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, because he.
Fact check me on that, Beebs.
I mean, this guy
need that fact checking.
This guy's almost post hype, and it's crazy that we're there. But yeah, I mean, Kumar Rocker was supposed to be kind of one of these next. Does he even need minor league baseball? He's that good, and then he took a step back a little bit. Then he got hurt. The Mets drafted him, and that was an LOL Mets thing for a little bit. That. The first player of Indian descent to appear in a major league game, and this guy's a legit prospect. This isn't Hey, we're doing
What
September
kind?
call-ups.
Sorry, native, or are you talking Indian?
What's the question?
You said of Indian descent,
Yes.
like India.
Like the country.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know
Because
that.
the other Indian's like out.
I mean, Kumar. That makes sense. That's an Indian name.
Yes.
I never put that together.
Parents
That's
were in the
awesome.
stand? Yeah, dude.
It was a shoulder surgery.
Shoulder.
Looking up with a specific procedure. But
Let's go India.
Dude, we've got
Yes.
Kumar Rocker, Jack Leiter, never mind. Oh, Jacob
fires me
DeGrom
up a
comes
little
back.
bit.
Can we stop
Yeah,
talking
and-
Texas Rangers? They blew it. Dude, it would be sick
Yeah, but
if
those
we were-
guys look good. Kumar was awesome, dude. He was awesome in his debut. I'm just saying, like, watch this guy pitch. We gave Skeens a ton of hype, and deservedly so. I would say this guy was just as hyped as Skeens in college. He's a little bit older now, almost 25 years old, making his debut. But like his stuff is there. Like this guy, if you're a Rangers fan, he really had nothing to root for all season long. You still got the ring, which is great, but Kumar was awesome. Anyways, yeah, Mariners. This is about the Mariners because they are back in it, 2.5 games back from the Twins, as we mentioned. And it was a 3-run bomb, Julio, off my guy, David Robertson. They got him back into it, put him up 5-4, 419 feet, 111 off the bat. Last 2 weeks for Julio, which is very important. Because he's been, we've said this all season long. Like Julio has to be the guy. Overall numbers still aren't there. But 310, 349, 517 for the 866 over the last 2 weeks. He's got to continue that big time if the Mariners want to end up catching the Twins. Justin Turner hits a homer in this series off of Kumar in that first game. Randy Arozarena is doing his thing. Julio back-to-back games with homers. I thought that was really cool against Scherzer in game 3. He gets one at his chin. 93, right here. Bow tie, if you will. Next pitch, changeup. Nice sequencing by Scherzer. But Julio drops the barrel on that next pitch. Homer. That's cool. That's just good baseball right there. Fastball up and in, changeup down, next pitch. Homer. And then in that game, game 3, that's the Randy walk-off, laser off Josh Smith's glove. That was cool to see. And then it was the George Kirby and the kids. I mean, they have a formula. We talk about formulas. They faced 27 batters in that last game.
Yeah.
Like they have a formula. JT, Randy, Julio, Cal Raleigh. Let's freaking go. Victor Robles, since joining Seattle, 67 games. He's 25 for 25 on steals. With a 333, 401, 876 OPS. His OPS plus since joining Seattle is incredible. Randy, 2020 club, first player ever to do that in his first 4 seasons of Major League Baseball. Him and J-Ram currently pretty cool
on 2020 streaks. Yeah, I guess here's my ask for Seattle. If we're gonna do this damn thing, let's do it.
Just get hot. Just get freaking hot.
Like,
dude.
I don't know. I know Seattle fans have been hurt enough. Like, I don't want to be, hey, the Mariners, there's 4 games left in the season and they're 3.5 out. This can happen. Like, I can't do that. Like, keep it going now as my Yankees head out there, West Coast trip. And yeah, George Kirby hates the Texas Rangers. 6-0 in 8 starts with a 0.92 ERA and 41 strikeouts. What's that about?
He looks like if I went up to him and was like, "What's up, George?" He would just not give me the time of day. Not sure if that's his personality or not, but that's the impression I get. Maybe that's more of a me thing.
I hope that's true.
Yeah, it's probably a me thing.
Trev, you said you had some questions about Yankees-Red Sox?
Yeah, so was Alex Cora mad because of the cutter that hit Devers? That was the pitch? And they threw behind Judge because of that?
So,
right?
Essentially, they didn't like Rafael Devers getting hit off Cole. First pitch.
It was a cutter.
It was a cutter, yeah.
It was 90. I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
But if you're gonna hit somebody, you don't throw a cutter. You throw a heater,
right.
a four-seamer.
Here's what I believe happened, and different people are open to different opinions.
Okay, curious.
Gerrit Cole has struggled with Rafael Devers in a big way.
Obviously. Beavers, get the numbers up for us, please.
Rafael Devers can hit any pitch. It's one of the beauties of Rafael Devers. The last time he was at the stadium, he took an up and away fastball to right field. I think the Yankees were willing to pitch inside to Rafael Devers with the risk of a potential hit by pitch if you get that cutter too far in. And they talked about that in the press conference. Where things do look and feel like chicken shit is they walk Devers later, intentional walk Devers later in that game, with Gerrit Cole having thrown a no-hitter up until that point. The only blemish was the hit by pitch to Devers. And part of the Yankees' reasoning was they were trying to save some of Cole's bullets along with, basically, they were like, hey, if we're...
But they didn't call for it, right? Didn't Gerrit Cole do it himself?
He did it himself, but they had talked before the game. They had a Devers game plan that they weren't going to let Devers beat them on this day, which I agree with that.
The first time they've ever thought about that?
Yes, which is nuts. And then you're up 1-0 and Cole's rolling and there's one out, and it's like, we shouldn't intentionally walk Devers here. Like, just get him out. Worst case, he ties the game. And they didn't do that. So a little analysis paralysis, I think, got him to that position. And when you hit a guy with the first pitch, and then in his next at bat, you admit, we don't want to pitch to this guy, and we're trying to save Gerrit Cole's pitches. Well, the one pitch hit by pitch doesn't feel so great. And I think the other side of it that I think a lot of Red Sox fans are trying to put up a wall against, Red Sox are desperate. Like, this is it. This is the final swing for them. And they lose 3 out of 4. At this point, they lost the first 2 games of the series, to get towards 500. That Cora kind of tried to use it as a rallying cry, which I get. Like, if I was a manager, I would try to use anything I can. Like, the best pitcher in the AL from last year doesn't want to pitch to our guy. Like, we're bad MFers. Where Sunday's game had a little more juice to it, and the Yankees winning that allowed Yankee fans to put any nervous, what the hell was that feelings in their rear view.
Okay. I think you did a good job explaining that. Some of the words that were out of Cora's mouth seem like, there was a lot of intent behind them hitting Devers, and I just didn't see that.
Yeah.
Beebs, give me the numbers.
46 plate appearances, 350 batting average, 435 on base, 975 slug for a 1.410 OPS overall. That was the first time he's ever hit him with a pitch. 8 homers against him is 4 more than any other player has hit against Gerrit Cole.
8 homers.
He's 750 batting average with a 2.333 OPS this season. This has been the best season, and he's at least 1.5 each of the last 4 seasons against Gerrit Cole. It's been a tough go for Gerrit.
That's got to be like the coolest feeling ever for Devers. And it's obviously your rival, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, and you walk up to the plate just knowing.
Slated to face each other a lot more moving forward, too.
That's hot.
Up.
So, yeah, there's a lot of parts of it that make sense. I do think it'll be a future problem for the Yankees next year, but we will worry about that next year. And, yeah, winning that Sunday game mattered a lot, and Judge ends his homerless streak, and he gets 2 homers. His grand slam, a down 3 grand slam against the Red Sox on Friday night at the stadium. That's about as juicy as it gets. And yeah, the Yankees, Luke Weaver has been massive for them at the end of their bullpen. He is the closer now. A couple of the Yankees' problems have gone away, and they have starting pitching depth, and their bullpen is feeling better, and there's some lineup depth things that are feeling better between Rizzo and Dominguez and Verdugo sharing time. Like, Yankee fans are in a semi-stable state for at least 24 hours.
What else did Verdugo and Dominguez share?
Anything else you want in the AL? I'm kind of good.
I mean, snaps for the Astros continue to do their thing. Needed it. Dalt's got the Guardians bullpen usage on this sheet, which Chris Rose has been talking about the entire year. Like, is it going to hold up? Is it going to hold up? The Guardians have 6 players that have pitched in either 60 games and or have thrown 70 plus innings pitched already this season. You still got, if you're the Guardians, hopefully a month and a half left of baseball. I think you got to really pick your spots, I think, down the stretch here with the Guardians. I know you want to try to get a bye so you can rest, but at what cost will that, going full bore for that cost you? Right now, where are they with that? Let's see.
You're my standings, man.
Right now, they have a bye.
That's good.
Right now they have a bye. They're going to get a bye.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty.
Yeah, they're set.
They're pretty clear.
They're whatever this is. How many games up on the? I can't do math right now.
Okay. Everyone talking Mason Miller. Let's talk Cade Smith, okay? Ties Mason Miller for the highest F-WAR of all 174 qualified relievers. Look at that.
Guardians need that bye. I think they're going to get it. That'll be great for them.
Chris Rose hates the Guardians.
Lane Thomas.
Chris Rose doesn't hate Shady Rays, and neither do I. I wear my Shady Rays every day. Got the Jakes rolling again. We're back. I was wearing the Joms for a while. Shady Rays.
Didn't feel right. Quality
shades built to last. Durable frames, crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for outdoor adventure. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by their lost or broken replacement guarantee. If you don't love your shades, exchange a new pair or return worry-free for 30 days. People, go get some Shady Rays. Shady Rays is giving their best deal of the season. ShadyRays.com. Code Talkin. 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized Sunbows sunglasses. And that offer applies to the custom Jimmy and Jake shades. So go check them out. Shady Rays, kind of the best in the game. In your National League, the Beast of the East versus the Best of the West? I don't know. The Dodgers versus the Braves. They're playing 4 in the reach-around series today. The Braves have currently taken 2 out of 3 games. Spencer Schwellenbach. Him and Chris Sale pair up for a pair of 6-inning good starts. Also, some Soler power. 2 for 3 with a homer in that first game. Another 2 hits following up from that. Matt Olson dating my daughter with 4 RBIs. But hey, how about a Walker Buehler? Solid start, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 walks. We don't love that, but whatever. And then Muncy. God, he is just pissing on baseballs, man. They end Raisel Iglesias' 35.1 inning shutout series with 2 outs. Shutout series? That doesn't make sense. They finish that series up today. Phillies, they take 2 out of 3 from the Metropolitans. That first game, Quintana, 7 shut piece. Was Nola tipping Alvarez, Nimmo, they go big fly. As the Mets looked like they couldn't be stopped until the Phillies stopped them. And it helps when Cal Stevenson's going nuts. But how about Bryce Harper? 2-homer game to end his homerless streak. And then here comes Chris Sanchez. We're not sure on the height, people, but we're sure on the 2-1 win. Buddy Kennedy with the RBI. Sure, Trev will break that down. Luis Angel Acuna, he's up in the show for the Mets. That's fun. New rivalry. Brewers, they take 2 out of 3 from the Snakes. Some big boy baseball out west. Brewers win that first game 2-1. Reeser with the 2-run homer. That's the difference in that game. The Brewers bullpen gets down on it. Game 2, the Crew puts up a 15 spot. 8 in the first couple innings. Willy Adames with 2 homers. There's Gerrit, Mitchell, and William Contreras. And then that final game, back and forth. It finishes 11-10 Snakes. We got some weird decisions late with tired bullpens. Gino Eugenio Suarez with the walk-off RBI single after letting Milwaukee back into that game. Chourio's out of his dome. The Padres sweep the Giants, and unfortunately, that's obvious at this point in the season. They shut them out the first 2 games. Cease and Musgrove in that bullpen. My goodness. I've seen a lot of Donovan Solano hitting. He has 4 hits in that second game. Fernando homer, 3 hits the next. And then Martin Perez, he blows it. He allows 1 earned run, but they still win. Fernando with the pinch hit home run in that one. God, Padres are rolling. Giants, we'll see you next year. Royals, they take 2 out of 3 from the Pirates, and that's obvious. They win the first 2 games. Alec Marsh, why not? Big Salvi still out of his dome. He homers in that game. Bobby Witt and Waka in the next one, absolutely. But then the Pirates get it done. IKF been struggling for Pittsburgh. 3 hits in that final game. Yeah. You're not going to hear a lot about the Nats taking 3 out of 4 from the Fish, except you will hear Kenzie Gore with another good start. Same with DJ Hertz and Mitchell Parker. Same with Patrick Corbin. The Nats pitched all week. Jose Tena, yep. James Wood, 2-homer game, Trev. That's going to be a fun TPP next year, and we'll see that next year. The Cubs and the Rockies. Cubs might be see you next year time. Rockies take 2 out of 3. I told you about Hunter Goodman's good game from the start. 2 homers from behind the dish. Brenton Doyle with the walk-off in Game 2 and a Kyle Freeland good start. Trev's guy Michael Busch has 2 homers in the finale to salvage it, but not good, Cubos. Rockies, they take 2 out of 3. That's what happened in the National League.
Dude, you're just on fire. On fire. You want those standings, Pop?
Every time.
I was on Travis Hafner's baseball reference page. Look out, guys.
Gronk.
One day I'm going to see my face on there. One day.
It's going to be a big day.
Big day for me. We'll start out east because it is Monday the 16th. Philadelphia, first team to 90 wins. They have a 9-game lead over the Mets and the Braves. They're 90-59. Go Phillies. Go Hot Boys all over that team. Fingerprints. Atlanta and the Mets tied 81-68 apiece. Switch that. Scratch it. Reverse it. The Nationals 68-81. In Miami, 55-95. In the Central, Milwaukee doing things. 86-63, 10 games up. They got a magic number of 4 to win the division, so we'll see them popping champagne very soon. Can't wait for that. They're 86-63. The Cubs, 76-73. They're the only 2 teams above 500 in the NL mid. 74-75 for the Cardinals. They're dead. 73-78 for the Reds. They're dead. The Pirates, what's dead may never die. 71-78. And out west, I had a dream about Pirates last night. I just can't get over this dream. I was hang gliding. It was weird. The Dodgers, 88-61, 3.5 game lead over the hard charging San Diego Padres. They're 85-65. The Diamondbacks, 83-66. The Giants, 72-78, and the Rockies, 57-93. The Rockies in Miami, forgot to mention, they are eliminated from everything, all playoff contention. Sorry, guys. In what's probably the funnest race that we have going left for the playoffs, the NL wildcard race. The Padres have a 1.5 game lead over the Diamondbacks, who have a 2-game lead over both the Braves and the Mets. That one's going to come down to it. Can't wait to see what happens. Nobody else is even really in the race. The Cubs 5 games back of the 3rd spot. And that's the only one I could mention because the Cardinals are under 500. 4 really good teams, Jake. Padres, Arizona, Braves, Mets. 3 can only make it. 1's going to be left out, and it's probably going to be from the East, either the Braves or the Mets. Can't wait to see what happens. Those are the standings in the National League.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, I mean, I know you have a couple notes from Padres, San Francisco, where I don't as much, but that sweep can be massive in that regard, that they're, I mean, looking like a lock, and they jump the Snakes that we've talked about them a lot, how those teams are going to play the final series and then host each other pretty much for the wild card, which is going to be a fun little storyline. Let's start out with Dodgers Braves. They're finishing up the series today. I think the things to highlight is more Chris Sale. The pitching triple crown in the National League he has right now. What else?
Game 1, 3 homers early off Landon Knack. I think they were all off Landon Knack. He's actually been pretty good for the Dodgers, but he was just hanging the breaking ball, and they were banging the breaking ball. What does Joe say?
If thou shall hangeth, thou shall bangeth.
Yeah, that's who came up with that first. You hang it, we bang it. It's just a classic baseball line. I wonder who said it first. There's always an origin
Had to be
story.
early.
You
Probably,
hang it, we bang it. That
Dusty
sounds like
Baker.
a Southern thing.
It's Dusty Baker.
He invents everything.
Yes,
Probably.
Okay, I don't mind that. Schwellenbach, dude. Hey, give credit when credit's due. He held the big 3. That's what we're calling them.
Okay.
Big 3 gets used a lot. Freeman, Ohtani, and Betts. They were 0 for 8 in Game 1.
It's good.
And that's how you beat the Dodgers. What else we got here? Oh, Game 2, Arcia with a great swing off our guy Jack Flaherty. A 1-1 heater up and away, goes with it in the gap. 3 runs. That was kind of what opened that game up there. Jack didn't have his best stuff there, was walking guys. It is what it is. It happens from time to time. But nice swing by Arcia there. And I mentioned Sale. Beavers should have a video up. This is exactly what Chris Sale does to people, bro. Look at this fucking pitch. You don't have a chance at that, dude.
Max
It starts
Muncy,
behind you.
One of the best plate discipline guys in the league.
It's just nasty, man. It's just different than any other pitcher, and that's why has the longevity, man. Oh, it's crazy. Anyways, great start by him. And then the third game, there's a wraparound game today. But in the third game, Shohei finally showed up. A couple doubles. They get to Iglesias in the 9th. The Dodgers do. The tie game in the 9th. Iglesias gets rocked. And eventually, we've seen a lot of this lately, I feel like. Back to back to back.
Yeah, we have.
Teo, Edman, and Muncy all hit homers. They also, another one of those, they walked Ohtani to get the Betts. That feel like, I get it, but like Betts just comes through every single time that happens. I don't know. Dodgers are good. Braves are good. Dodgers, I mean, the big news is Glass now out for the season.
Yeah.
Which stinks. So they're going to be, and Dodgers fans know about this almost all too well. They're going to be searching for starting pitching, man, which is pretty crazy because they have a lot of starting pitchers in their organization, but they got, I think there's 9 or 10 starting pitchers on the IL for them, which is insane. So Buehler with a good start, he's going to have to do it. Like, he's going to be one of the guys in their rotation. They're going to rely on him and Yamamoto and probably Landon Knack, and we'll see what else they got. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, kind of a big one today. Like, as we've been doing schedule math and we're talking about Braves Mets, like this Dodgers 4-gamer, you know, if the Braves can walk away with 3 out of 4 on that, while the Dodgers are more so prioritizing health. Final snaps for Reisel's 35.1 clean coming into this. That's so dumb. Him and Evan Phillips got knocked around on the back end in both of these games. Let's see how it winds down.
Could he use James Paxton maybe? I don't know. Is he hurt?
No, I think he's
pitching?
hurt. I think he's out.
Yeah, he's out too. Never mind.
So.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of the Mets, they win that first game. They're in the playoffs. Everyone's jazzed up about it. Quintana, your guy. Phillies bounce back with kind of two. Well, I don't want to say need, but massive for them as Bryce Harper gets off the schneid with his 2-homer game that helps get him to homer 27 and 28 on the year. Cal Stevenson robbing home runs and hitting balls.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Why not? I mean, dude, I wonder if there's a way to, like, how do you actually calculate the guys who have contributed that shouldn't have contributed? Because the Phillies have had guys, Cody Clemens, Cal Stevenson, Rafael Marchand, guys.
Say Weston Wilson's name.
I'll say his name, Weston Wilson.
Hot boy.
It feels like I've seen a lot of that for the Phillies this year, and with all the household names we do know, and Alec Boehm returns, there's a reason they're the first team to 90 wins. It's the high-end talent. It's the support from other guys hopping in. And meanwhile, the question mark in Mets land, Lindor, having some back discomfort, had to leave early in the final game. Scary.
We got a lot on this. I would say like the Phillies' relative health has been huge, especially from their pitching staff. Like that's kind of why they've been able to be stable throughout the year, even though some of the, JT's been out, Harper's been out a little bit, Trey's been out a little bit, but the rotation has been very healthy for them, which is nice. It's always good to have that. First game, you said they were tipping. Maybe Nola was. Why? Because he gave some homers. Because Francisco Alvarez pumped one off the pole. The Nemo. Same inning, 2 3-run Jimmy Jacks. I love 3-run homers. Is there anything better than a 3-run homer? I think a 3-run homer is better than a grand slam. How about that for analytics?
It's an argument.
What do you got on that?
It's an argument. I'd rather not, but there's an argument.
Harrison Bader had another one later in the game. So 3-run homers for the Mets in the first game. That's nice. That's a route. 11-3 is a route. And then game 2. This is interesting. Harper has the 2 homers, all that good stuff. Stevenson, JT, awesome. But Iglesias gets thrown out trying to stretch a hit into a double. He gets there standing up, but like lifts his foot off the bag, which is very strange because like you just slide and just you're on the base.
Right.
But this is something we've talked about with the Mets.
The Mets.
They don't slide.
Right.
What's up with the Mets not sliding? That's how Lindor, they're saying he tweaked his back because he went into second base, didn't slide, went past the base, tried to keep his foot on the base, and tweaked his back. Just slide into second base. Is there something I'm missing? Like, is this we did talk about it when Jimmy did the breakdown on like them not going and trying to break out double plays. Like this must be talked about or something. I don't get it. But guys, let's just slide into second base. That was crazy to me. I don't know. The Mets had a chance in every single one of these games. The 2 games they lost. Tyrone Taylor hits the homer in the 8th, 1-0. And then how about Buddy, Kennedy, and Weston Wilson, back-to-back dub pieces. And then our guy, Castellanos, steals a base off Edwin Diaz in the 9th. He's not the fleetest of foot, dude. He's never been. How many career stolen bases does Nick Castellanos have? I'm willing to bet. This guy's been playing for what?
Okay.
10 years?
Sure.
Maybe even longer than 10 years. I bet he's got less than 25 stolen bases.
Ooh. I'll go 34.
I'm getting it up right now.
Getting it up as well. Okay.
38. Okay. It's more than I thought.
He had
not the fleetest of foot.
He had 11 last year, so he's a new rules guy.
New rules guy going. He steals second, and then JT walk off. 0-2 heater up and away. Edwin Diaz. I guess he's got good numbers against him. Yeah, a huge series for the Phillies. A huge series for the Braves. as they're trying
Right.
to sneak in. The Mets got to keep going.
Phillies with
A lot
some.
of NL East battles still to come. There's
Yeah.
more of this. Mets and Phillies have another set going. Mets have to play the Braves again. Like this is the juicy part of the season right now for this division.
Let's wait for any Lindor updates, or God, he's probably just going to have to try to fight through this as much as he can. Yeah, the Harper thing is huge. I already touched upon that a couple times. Acuna gets his first MLB hit. It's a single up the middle. His brother's was also a single up the middle. Nice post there. And then, yeah.
How tall is he?
I'm not sure.
He didn't. He looks kind of looks like a short king to me.
Listed 5'10".
Yep.
Nailed it.
Ooh, Baseball Reference is 5'8".
Yes. Baseball Reference is right. Something to watch. Again, I mentioned the Phillies. They were kind of sputtering for a little bit. I think at one point they had won 10 out of 13. Like I think it might be 11 out of 14 now. So they're kind of out. And I don't know, something to watch come postseason. Christopher Sanchez has been a lot better in Philly than he has been on the road. I think he's got like a 2 ERA at Citizens Bank with a 5.13 on the road. So I don't know, man. I realize that analytics doesn't believe in anything and blah, blah, blah. Mounds are mounds. Those are going to balance out, and it's true. But in one game, I don't know. I kind of I'd like to have him at home. And those are the fun postseason combos that a lot of those teams are starting to get into.
I'm looking up mound height now.
Oh, God.
Look at the mound height.
I saw you
got
typing.
Going.
I got worried. Yeah. Trev, I'm going to let you cook to finish because the Brewers D-backs had some serious highlights, and that last game was insanity, and I'm highlighting someone from that game in a minute. So I'll let you cook on the rest of the NL. Otherwise, Little Poppy, Mamba out.
I don't want to. Okay, I see. I don't want to step on your toes, so I just saw who you're highlighting. Reese in the first game had a big game. He nails the homer, goes up 2-1, the fourth inning, 2-run homer, 423. Just a classic Reese Hoskins homer. And then he's got a diving stop in the next inning to save a run. So that's when you're really feeling yourself. You know, you go up there, put the team ahead, save a run. Hop on my back, boys. I got this one. Reese was probably not saying that, but I said it for him. This is all I really cared about. I told you before the show.
Yeah.
Game 2, defense on display early. First of all, Frelick, he robs homers like better than anybody. Like the Brewers just rob home runs. That's what they do. I don't understand it. Good for them. But the Diamondbacks, they had a first and third play. We did it, people. We ran a play during the regular season. It makes me so happy when this happens. We saw, I don't know, what game was it when someone was taking advantage. Oh, it was the Rays, I believe. They saw like someone was running a wheel play on a first and second bunt, and Caballero, I think, came back and hit a ball to shortstop. And I was like, this is baseball. I love it. I'm sorry they tried to run a play and they got taken advantage of. Maybe that's why nobody runs plays anymore. That was awesome. But this one, first and third, they end up just throwing it back to Fott on the mound. Like, give a big effort, but just back to Fott, catches the runner on third, sleeping. I liked it, dude. I mean, I liked it. I like that we're doing that because it's baseball, and we like baseball plays here. Yeah, then it was your guy who you're going to talk about doing his thing. Yelly in the booth for all of this was pretty cool. They're up 12-0, right? At one point, Yelly's just in the booth, just calling homers. Good for him. Love me some Yelly. And then D-backs up 5-0 in the third. Chourio 3-run homer in the fifth, which was awesome. Suarez, he ties the game on that sac fly. Very short sac fly. Corbin Carroll running, though.
Yeah, helps.
Gotta love that. And then Chourio, excuse me.
Thank you.
Great fastball hitter. Gets 103 miles an hour from Martinez. Triple down the line. Puts him ahead 10-8. And the Brewers win it. and I'll be talking about him a little later as well. But a great series for the D-backs, kind of exemplifies why they're at where they're at. The guy that you're going to talk about, the guy that I'm going to talk about, the defense, very, very fun. So go Brewers, go, man. When they get to 90 games, I got a scheduled tweet. It's about to come out.
Wow. Yeah, there was some funny business at the end of that
There it
game
is.
with the
Woo!
Look at that. We got plays. Tough day for FOD otherwise.
It was all downhill after.
Yeah,
but
maybe
that was
that's
sick.
why.
Watch this, Jake.
They
Boom.
look at that. Look at that. That's the D-backs, man. They intentionally walked Terang to get to Chourio, which felt nutty, and then Chourio hits the triple, and it's Bannister is filling in for Lavello because Lavello was at the Billy Bean celebration of life. Obviously,
I think they just wanted
Lavello.
want to set up a force. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
get why some guys
and
do
they were
it.
trying to save Martinez pitches, which is just funny. We're at this
Yeah.
part of the season. It was a weird intentional walk weekend, and that's baseball. Trev, let's get into standout performances. Who stood out? Why don't you go?
All right, I'm gonna go with a guy that I faced back in my day, Jake. Jose Quintana, who I thought I had good numbers against. I don't think I have good numbers against. I'm not really sure, actually. He went 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 4 Ks for the New York Metropolitans, and he has been good for them this year. He had a couple blow-up starts there at the beginning of August that have swayed his numbers a little bit, but we're talking crunch time here. Jake, this is when you got to get hot. The Mets tied for the last wild card spot. You got to have these guys going. Well, last 4 games started for him. 25 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 16 Ks for the .36 ERA. He's stepping up when they need him to step up. And I love it. 502 OPS in those last 4 games. Like, what else could you ask for? Oh, I did hit him well. 857 OPS for me against Quintana. My bad.
290, a homer, 2 doubles.
Oh, okay.
Walked you 6 times.
Yeah, smart.
That's right. Well, I just wanted to shout him out because, again, you can do, and this is not really the truth because, you have to put up numbers all throughout the season, but this is what you remember going into the offseason, going into the playoffs. Like, what do you do the last 2 months? Like, what can you do to get your team to the playoffs? And Quintana has been that guy for them.
And I'd like to congratulate Jose Quintana on signing his 2-year deal with the Cardinals this offseason. So, what a career,
I don't like
dude.
that.
What a career.
Yeah.
Coming up on 2,000 innings, 30,
Ooh, what's his
30 career WAR. You trying to check out that basement?
career salary? I'm going to guess 11 years now. He's a starting freaking pitcher. It's got to be close to 100, I feel like maybe like 85 to 90.
Well done, Trev. 83. 83.
Is it?
Yeah. So, I mean, he'll get that 1 year with an option with St. Louis. That gets him to $100. Pretty nice for Jose Quintana.
Hey, a 3.75 career ERA, 30.
Dude, it's great.
WAR?
I almost wish there was 1 year he got 10th in the Cy Young. That's the only, blue on his page. I kind of wish he didn't get those votes. I think it's 1 vote. Otherwise, it's one of the best careers you could possibly have.
He is bold. He does
have bold. Home runs per 9. That's nice.
That's a good one to have.
A good 2022. That's a great season. 2.93 ERA. Who are you, Jose Quintana? The quality star
Nice little
king.
pre-arb extension. All right.
U.S. king. Trev. Nice, dude. I guess it's an NL day. Because I don't know, man. I had a moment this weekend, and I've had a few of these moments where I was
this guy.
A, I love this guy. B, this team has been underappreciated, and we've admitted it, and I feel like we circle back every couple weeks, and we're like, damn, because we're kind of tough on the division. This team has hurt us in October's a little bit, / if we were running the team, we would have done one or two things differently. And that probably would have had them in a worse place because they know what they're doing. It's going to Willy Adames, who had a 2-homer, 5 RBI day against Los Snakes. Just a reminder, talking about bold on the page, Willy has bold this year. The most runs batted in the National League is by Willy Adames, who has played the most games in the National League with 149, so he has bold there. And he has 32 home runs, an 807 OPS, a 122 OPS plus. Shortstops like this do not hit the free agent market a lot. He's 29 years old. He can still pick it. He can still hit as long as he's not in Tampa. Last year's numbers are down, and it's not hellaciously down. He still had 24 homers on the year. Willy Adames, Boardman's about to get paid to I don't know, we're talking 150 at shortstops. Shortstops don't hit the market like this a lot. That's all I'm saying.
It's a number that's going to surprise people when it first drops, but you heard here.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Very, very, very curious. 150. So how many years is that? 5? You're going 5 for 30?
I think a team would love if Willy accepts that. I think the number could be low.
Really? I don't know. I think that to me that sounds that sounds like high level.
What Dansby get?
Beavers.
Dansby got 6 for
177.
7 for
How old was he?
177.
Year 1 of the contract, he was 29, so I think Willy will be 1 year older for year 1 of the deal.
Wow.
Willy's career hitting numbers are above Dansby. Dansby a little better with the glove, but
I think the offensive gap is bigger than the defensive gap. I think that's fair.
Wow.
We might
if you get 7, but 7 years, 177 isn't 30 a year.
Okay, but
so the AAV
25.
Depending what Willy wants, we're gonna be between 150 and 200.
Okay. I see it now.
That's pretty crazy. That's gonna be a fun basement. Get me in that basement.
We are friends with him. He likes us.
Get me in that basement.
Me and him in Durham together.
I think you can only dance in that basement.
Dude. Oh, it's like a little ballroom.
I feel like it'll have like a runway that you have to like walk with your outfit, and then you get to like dance, a little bayaring, if you will.
One of those 360 photo things. That's like the requirement to get in.
Is he married?
We're working on it. Trev.
Okay.
This could have been Harper's 2-homer game, and talk about getting out of it. Gunner, breaking up no-nos. Randy, Michael Bush, Donnie Barrels, James Wood, Brooks Lee's 5 RBI.
Say Mitch Garber's name.
I'm not going to do it. I will say this is the best segment of the show.
Dirt nasties on FUEGO. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
Corona.
We didn't talk about Brant Herder enough.
Corona.
Didn't. What's up, Corona?
Corona. Who is extra?
Corona Extra and Fuego. This is the best part of the dang show. How about TJ Frito? The series, he went 8 for 12 against my Twins. Loser. Just kidding. I did not mean to say that. That came out of my mouth, and I did not mean to say that.
I'm having our socials team clip that. You're done. You're toast.
Winner. They won the series.
Jonathan India might unfriend you for that.
I don't think he follows me. I'm not sure. 2 homers, 5 runs driven in, 4 runs scored for the 1.8. Julio Rodriguez, we talked about him. He's got to be the guy for the Mariners going here. 7 for 17 in the series against Texas, 4-game set, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in. Second player in MLB history with 75 homers and 75 stolen bases through his first 3 seasons. The other one is Bobby Witt Jr. He had his 8th game-time or go-ahead homers in the 7th inning or later since his rookie season in 2022. It's always good to have those stats, those clutch stats. How about Jorge Soler for the Atlanta Braves. 5 for 10 in the series against the Dodgers. There's still another game to go, but 2 doubles, a homer. Soler hit his first homer in Atlanta after being acquired at the trade deadline. Last time he had hit a homer in Truist Park playing for the Braves was October 3rd, 2021, the last regular season game of the Braves season that year. Willy Adames is
presumed unmarried, according to tuco.com.
Gosh. Ladies. To all the ladies listening out there, I'm not saying go shoot your shot, but I'm saying go shoot your shot. For the week, Michael Busch. Jake might go shoot a shot. Michael Busch, 11 for 23 for the week, 2 doubles, 4 homers, 11 runs driven in. He recorded his first career multi-homer game on Sunday. Prior to this past week, Busch had a homerless streak from August 9th through September 7th. That was 94 plate appearances, but he gets 4. Gotta love that. How about Nolan Shanuel? 10 for 21 for the Angels first baseman. A homer, 6 runs driven in, 4 walks for the 1.1er. How about Cleveland starting pitcher Joey Cantillo? 2 games started, 12 innings pitched, 5 hits, only 1 earned run, 16 Ks to 1 walk. Fire me up, Daddy. Love that.
It is Cantillo. I'm sorry.
Oh, I tried. I'm trying to be.
I know.
Not
it's more
white.
fun to say, but it's Cantillo.
Well, to each his own.
Cantillo.
Cantillo. That's an R, not an L, and that's bad for me. Cantillo has won his last 2 starts. He's not in my book. I'm sorry. First and second career wins in Major League Baseball after going 0-3 with a 7.71 in his first career 5 starts. Okay. You're doing better. It's nice for you. This is the list you want to be on, Jake. For 2 weeks, say Luke Raley's name.
Luke Riley.
14 for 43, 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 11 runs driven. How about you get hot, Luke Raley?
Yeah.
You and Julio down by the schoolyard. Throw in Randy. Throw in Turner, Mitch Garver. Let's get it going, boys. He set a new career high with 20 homers on the season. He became the first strictly left-handed hitter to hit 20-plus homers in a season with the Mariners since Kyle Seager in 2021. Kyle Seager is playing in 2021?
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. What's he up to? Fishing. He's fishing.
Animals.
Yeah, something with
And
animals.
slaughtering them.
Okay. Nick Martinez. I know how to say that name. Cincinnati starting pitcher. 3 games started in the 2 weeks. He went 3-0, 18 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, only 2 earned runs, 18 Ks to 4 walks, the .96 ERA. He's won in 3 consecutive appearances for the first time, Jake, in his career. Now, for really most prestigious award you can win on this show.
Yeah.
It's the Corona Extra Player of the Ep. He's been doing this for quite some time. He's been extra for them. It's Jason Adam, San Diego reliever, formerly of the Rays, comes over. In the 2 weeks, 8 games, 4 holds, 8 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. This guy just doesn't give up base runners. Since being acquired by the Padres, he's allowed 1 earned run in 21 innings. Reminder, you could have had this guy. Your team could have had this guy. Padres snaked him. Got him. He's our Corona Extra Player of the Ep. Jason Adam with the 0 ERA over his last 8 games. Congratulations.
Nasty stuff. Nasty repertoire.
Freaky, like little
Catcher
turkey
throw.
jerky-ish
Short
right here.
arm. 3 pitches from a reliever. Great stuff, Trev. Everyone, cheers to everyone who loves the game beyond the scoreboard. Corona, for the fans that never lose, get yours. Order Corona.com. 21 plus. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois. Man, it's gonna
Can't wait to cheers a few Coronas with you this week.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all. Me and Trev, we always show we set the tone. We set the tone. It's Corona Extras, playoffs, blitzball. Thank you, Corona. Unfortunately, the best segment of the show does lead into the worst segment of the show, the IL. I only have 5 names placed on the IL. That's nice. Ryan Nelson for my Snakes. Don't like that. He'd been contributing. Oh, Samuel Aldeguerri. My Paisan, he goes to the IL. Paul Sewald for the Snakes, too. We got to get our arms right for Octubre. Returning from the IL. We got some big hitters on this. Jacob deGrom is back. Wow. Carlos Correa for the Twins. He's back. Been asking for that. Jordan Hicks for the Giants. Max Scherzer also for Texas. What could have been? Alec Boehm for Philly. Mentioned that. Hessen Kjerstad for Baltimore. Yes. Gabriel Moreno for the Snakes. Important. Cal Quantrill, Jacob Webb in that Baltimore pen. Trev, let's start off everyone's week, man.
Awards!
It's brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook. Best place to bet touchdowns. With football season here, Little Poppy's getting in on the action. Who did I have? I had someone coming back. A football team in Georgia on the collegiate level. I think there's a football team from Georgia playing tonight. DraftKings, if you bet $5 instantly, you'll get $250 in bonus bets, plus 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code Talkin. Bet just $5 on any wager, get $250 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Talkin only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Trev?
Great ad read there, Jake. My award is called the 2-horse race.
Question mark?
There's a question mark on the end of that. Right now, if you went and looked at the betting odds for the National League Rookie of the Year, Jake, you know what you'd see?
What's that?
A 2-horse race with one guy in the lead. How many furlongs? I'm not really sure. I'll say 2. Don't know how far furlong is, but I'm going to give him 2 furlongs out there. And that's Jackson Merrill. He's a show pony. He's got good hair, handsome guy. Think he's single out in San Diego. My gosh. He's been doing it all year long for them. Out in center field, running it down, hitting clutch homers, being that guy. For a lot of the season, putting the Padres on his back. So I get it. Right now, minus 650. DraftKings has a minus 800. Paul Skeens, the other guy in this race, plus 340 at DraftKings to win the Cy Young. A lot of people like the domination that he's shown in his time. What I've said is, well, he wasn't up the whole year. Not his fault. That's the Pirates' fault. I don't know. I feel like the guy that's playing every day should be a separator for me. Why is Shohei going to win the MVP then? I don't know, man. 50-50, that's why. The reason I have a question mark on 2-horse race is because I think the guy with the plus 2,500 odds should be in the race. It's a guy that we've talked about already this episode. The other Jackson Chourio. Why is he so far behind Jackson Merrill? Now, he started the year off poorly. First, 4 to 6 weeks, not good for Chourio. But he's been absolutely balling out as of late, Jake. Absolutely balling out. The overall numbers are really good. 4-1 baseball reference WAR. I believe that clears Jackson Merrill. 808 OPS. He's got 20 bags on the year, 21 homers, 77 runs driven in, 122 OPS plus. Last 7 days, 1.1. Last 14 days, 1.1. Last 28 days, 1.021. I said this 2 weeks ago. Just if you want to sprinkle, this is the guy to sprinkle on. The numbers aren't too dissimilar from Jackson Merrill. There's a few counting stats that Merrill leads by. That's a plate appearance thing. He's got more plate appearances, which is, look, we count that. We figure that in. You got to play every day. You got to do these things, and Merrill's been doing that. But I'm not so certain that he's been that much better than Chourio. His numbers on the year, Jackson Merrill, 23 homers, 85 runs driven in, 816 OPS, 125 OPS plus. I just read Chourio. He's got 20 homers, 21 homers, 77 runs driven. So he's close in both those regards. 122 to 125 OPS plus. it's so similar. It's so similar, and I believe that Chourio has him defensively. Why is this not more of a 3-horse race than a 2-horse race? I've come out publicly and said I think Jackson Merrill is my rookie of the year, but that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And Chourio's made up ground. It's in the last leg of the race. He's making up furlongs here. If he goes off these next 2 weeks, Milwaukee's spraying champagne, they win their division. Why isn't he closer in the betting odds, or why isn't he being considered more highly in the NL Rookie of the Year case? It's a genuine question for me. If someone wants to tell me, I understand Jackson Merrill and putting them on the back with the late inning go-ahead homers. He's been doing it. He's been clutch all season. But so is Chourio. He's been the guy. The numbers are eerily similar. And for him to be such a dark horse in this race, I don't see it. I think it should be a 3-horse race. So 2-horse race?
Sure.
Award goes to Jackson Chourio. And this is not a slight on Merrill. It's not.
Not at all.
Just saying. It's a discussion, people.
How about these two Jacksons? We all thought it was going to be a Jackson holiday season. They've both been incredible. You make a lot of good points, and Chourio's obviously something clicked because he's been a next level good, where Jackson Merrill, in a weird way, has almost just been consistently good. Dude, I'll tell you what, because I was kind of saying Jackson Merrill flipped the script on AL Rookie of the Year, and I'm in on Jackson Merrill. Might be time to place the bet. Dude, I'm starting to think Skeens is going to get it, because he's kind of been the storyline. And like you said, between these two outfielders, I think you can like them differently. And you forget how video game-ish Skeens numbers really look like, where these guys are both having very nice rookie years. That I don't know. It's going to be a fun one. And are the position players going to split votes? I don't know. And then is there Milwaukee, San Diego? Sometimes the markets come into play here.
Jackson Merrill, more outs above average than Chourio. Almost double. He has 4 for Chourio, 8 for Jackson Merrill. So I apologize for
Thank you.
I guess he is playing center field.
Okay.
That has something to do with it as well. Maybe I just debunked my own award. But I'm just saying, it's closer than these betting odds are giving it. And no one's really even discussing him. And it has really been a 2-horse race between Skeens and Merrill.
And with a couple...
The numbers are what the numbers are, people.
Couple good games. Trev, funny enough, I'm wondering if my guy is eligible for Rookie of the Year, because he's had a good year. And he doesn't have a lot of games before this year. Trev, I'm going to give out the Raw award. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. And my Yankees, I'll keep this tight. Yankees went out to San Francisco this year, one of the most beautiful stadiums in baseball. And the Yankees have a few freaks in their lineup. Stanton, Judge, stand out. Soto for different reasons. They're all freaks, but, right-handed power. We get to see some of the Judge Stanton exit velos every day, 115, 120, and you're just like, okay, these guys are different. No one's hit a ball harder than Giancarlo Stanton ever. Facts. Judge breaking his own AL home run record. They went to San Francisco, and the boys were kind of being obnoxious Yankees people. I mean, they didn't say this, but they were thinking about a splashdown. A righty had never hit it into McCovey Cove. And what a nice little... We talk about guys' basements a little bit. Judge and Stanton are going to have some real nice basements. It'd be nice to have one of those balls that's like first ever righty power ball to go into McCovey Cove. Didn't happen. Hard to do. It happened over the weekend. Heliot Ramos, a stud in talking baseball history, and again, might be Rookie of the Year eligible. And the fact that his 789 OPS and 21 home runs are going overlooked while he's played a lot of center field and outfield this year and has hit in a tough ballpark to hit in. Trev, he does a first in MLB history. Anytime that can be highlighted, I like that. And he turned our heads at All-Star Weekend because the boys were taking batting practice before the home run derby. And someone came up and was hitting the ball differently. And everyone's like, who is that? Is that Adolis Garcia? They look roped up. Close. I think it's his baby bro. Not officially. But Heliot Ramos, different power, having a great year. Hey, Giants TPP 2025 is coming. But I love my new king, Heliot Ramos, going Oppo into the drink in San Francisco.
I was watching that live,
Okay.
and they kept going to the behind the catcher angle there. So it's kind of weird. It's cool to see it, but like, you really can't see where the ball is going. So he had fouled the previous pitch off to the right side, 100-mile-an-hour fastball by Suarez, and then takes the exact same hack. And I thought he fouled it off again because you can't see where the ball is going. Then all of a sudden they're showing the wall and they see the splash hit. It was awesome. Yeah, this angle is crazy. It's cool, but you just can't see where the ball is going. Thought it was a foul ball. I did. It looked exactly the same as the last swing. And then bam. And apparently, and I don't know if I read this story and it was fake, but this guy like didn't give the ball back. He's like a McCovey Cove like guy.
Yeah.
And Giants fans, help us out here a little bit. I heard that he just didn't give the ball back because the negotiations went sour.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few regulars there, and I know, we did a weekly dumb story actually earlier this year that one of the McCovey Cove guys got a important ball, and he just wanted like free parking, and the Giants want to give it to him. So I don't know. It's in a weird spot.
Park there. There's nowhere to park.
Exactly. He was trying to get into like the staff parking garage.
It's not great. I've parked there as a player.
Right.
You park you got to walk through the streets. It's not great.
Well, that's what these McCovey Cove people are looking for. So I
used to have a little Cadillac sports car. Can you imagine me in that?
I think McCovey Cove Dave was taking the high ground on it of being like, hey, I'll give this to the Hall of Fame if they want it, but kind of screw you guys. So I don't know, San Francisco. We got to figure this out.
We got to figure
this out. We figured it out.
That was awesome, though. And yes, he deserves to be mentioned in all of these. It's race talk.
Great year.
I don't think he has the at-bats. He's had a great year.
A normal rookie of the year, I think we'd be talking about him a lot, but we got a good crop this year. And we had a good crop today. Trevor Goof getting nasty in Calabasas. Thank you to everyone. Big week. The week before the week. The penultimate week.
Oh.
Wow.
Take one last look at that hair, people. It's gone.
Gone. I suck.
If you didn't film any commercials with a Hobbit outfit on, you messed up.
They're in the back pocket. Trying to get in this new Lord of the Rings show.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you like it.
The second season has been awesome.
That's huge.